What? It has to happen. This meeting did take place. I mean, okay, so it was orchestrated under the guise of artifice, but whatever, man. I just stumbled across this picture today. Don't ask me why. I was looking for something else, and then this popped up. So, but I think it's important. I think it's key. I think, way later down the road, we're going to find out what really happened when time traveler Donald Trump divines all of the secrets to every weird thing he's been doing lately in office and out of office and with the Russians and not with the Russians. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. So, what I wanted to talk about was Coast to Coast last night. No, sorry, 2 nights ago. There was this guy in Coast to Coast who claimed to be building a time machine, or he's all about time travel and so on and so forth. And what I think is just so fascinating is that, he was pretty much one of those staunch, kind of a grandfather paradox kind of guy, but kind of like, oh yeah, but if you go backwards or forwards or change the timeline, then you will go into a parallel universe and timelines will basically branch off, which was fine, So he was basically talking about that and saying some damn thing about you can't, if you build a time machine, you can't go back before time travel was created, which I always thought was kind of lame. It's kind of like, well, what's the point, Or what if you were to go into a future universe where the time machine stopped and where there were no more time machines and you didn't have your electrical charging station or nothing? Of course, that's actually an issue too. Although one time I saw this guy on TV and he had a cell phone and he had the cell phone charger, and the way to charge his phone was by moving his arm around a whole bunch and just movement charged the phone. And guess what happened with him? Nothing. Yeah, you think the phone companies and you think the electrical people and the digital people are ever going to let that out? No, hell no. So that guy got nowhere, and I saw it on TV. I think it was actually on Shark Tank of all things, which really surprised me. Yeah, that thing never took off. That would fuck with too many people's interests. Anyway, so the time traveler guy, Grampy time traveler, the one who has staunch, very angular versions of time travel, was basically talking about this. But then there was this one guy who called up and he discussed the Mandela effect, and he was talking about how, well, I think time travel could be, very valid because people now with the Mandela effect are having alternate memories of alternate universes. And very swiftly and abruptly he was like, oh, no. If that happened, if universes branched off, then you would always remember it as the universe that you'd been in. So that's just kind of interesting to me, because now I'm starting to think that there's something to this Mandela effect regarding the people who do remember or do have alternate universe memories and people who don't. And the fact that we have so many varying ones, I sometimes have up to 3 memories of varying universes. So that's really weird. But that's why I feel like they're kind of watching this phenomenon too. And I know it's not the most original idea, other people have had this idea, so no big whoop, right? But I just think it's something that should definitely be discussed. But I kind of feel like when they started to go down the CERN road, and when they started to, if it is even CERN, whatever's doing it, when they started to go down that road, one of the agreements was, oh yeah, we'll get out the Men in Black tasers, and somehow it'll be the equivalent of tasers, and somehow we'll tase people's brains and they'll only remember this one reality. But it didn't work, and it wasn't part of the agreement. So now this picture, this scene that I've called, obviously, which took place in a parallel universe, because world peace did not happen between Donald Trump's America and Scotland, which was the original origin of the McDonald's restaurant when it was spelled M-A-C. I don't know. But I think Donald Trump's going to talk with Grimace, and I think this is sort of a portent for the future, because I think Donald Trump will have a meeting with Grimace, and he will talk about how to make healthy McDonald's food that tastes exactly the same, that makes you burn negative calories when you eat it, and just is the sunlight of God when you ingest it. You're just a god or goddess when you ingest it. I guess Ronald couldn't come, because it would have been too cutesy to have Donald Trump and Ronald, like Donald and Ronald having a world peace summit, or a food peace summit, or a gut peace summit. Plus, I think Ronald had to go to like a big orthopedic shoe meeting. See, if we like all had orthopedic shoes and really, really healthy food that tasted good and could also make you burn calories if you were in the mood for it, then I think that would be the crux of the world, because, you know, the gut is our second brain. It sort of fuels our emotions. But anyway, I'm going totally off topic. But this video is sort of a lead into the video that I'm going to post next. It's sort of a throwback to one of my older videos, but I think it's really, really key. And now that I have more watchers and subscribers, I wanted to post it. But it kind of has something to do with CERN, whether we believe CERN is a part of it or not. And it kind of revisits the time CERN went kaput. And I tried to blame it on everything from birds to like, oh, this is kind of a Mandela effect for me. A squirrel gnawing through its wires. Are you kidding me? A squirrel gnawing through its wires? Where are we, in the eaves of someone's attic? I mean, CERN is like locked up like a trap underground. So anyway, I get into that in the video. But regardless, Donald is talking to Grimace. They are having a summit about selling potatoes at McDonald's that look exactly like Grimace, and they're totally healthy. And Grimace is going to do it. And it needs to happen. Toot sweet. All right, talk later. Peace out.